Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back to my channel. Happy Monday, y'all. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I had a good weekend, but it seemed like time is going by really fast, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. I remember it was just Friday. Like, time is going by super fast, but your girl got her hair done, y'all. It's the first time I got my hair done in Texas, but it was by my husband's cousin. She is a Houston braider until Thursday the 19th. So y'all, this week she's actually going back to Florida, her hometown, but she is here still until the 19th. So if you need your hair done, you can hit her up. I'm put her information in the video description. And then also she's a regular Miami braider. That's where most people know her. So she has very affordable prices too. So if you need your hair done, is it given or is it given? Because let me do a 360 for y'all, because okay. So yeah, while you are here, go ahead and show your girl some love by liking the video and hitting subscribe if you are feeling the vibe. Those interested in my personal channel, listen, if you are looking for remote work, I just posted 5 jobs that are hiring. I have 2 jobs that have a start date of July 2nd, okay? So if you're looking for a remote job or someone looking for remote work, feel free to check out my personal channel. I'm going to link that video in the comments below. Plus, I have Storytime, Life After Divorce, How I Manifested My Fiance, all of these kind of things, okay? That is on that channel, okay? Today's video is going to be a good old Storytime frenemy video, okay? Like, I just cannot, like, these bees are just getting weirder and weirder by the day. It's like, I am never amused anymore by these story times because I'm just like, this just never gets old. It's just really sad. It's really sad that we have to go through this, but it just is what it is. It's just a lot of girls that are not girls. Like, it just is what it is though, y'all. So I want y'all to watch these. Remember, if they curse, I edited it. So just like the first story, for sure. No, the first 2 stories, I have edited the cursing out. And if you want to see the unedited version, you can always go on TikTok and put in their hashtag, which is always on the bottom left, and you can find the stories. But y'all, these are some really good stories, and we're going to discuss this. Without further ado, go ahead and watch it. I will be back at the end with my commentary.
Today is one of those days. My mental health ain't at its best, and I done cry my other lashes off. But enough about me. I want to tell y'all a story, right? Something quick. But before I start, let me just say this: y'all really need to mind your friends. But one thing your parents or your grandmother, whoever, gonna say, mind the company you keep. And I say that to say this, y'all. When I think I was probably a year or a year and a half in Canada. Anyways, somewhere around there. And I used to read for these girls. Okay, this is a group of friends. Now, they y'all would call them the plastics. They live right there in Nassau. Okay. They known. Let me just say that one of the main friends is known. Long story short, I used to read for them. And these is a bunch of snakes. I will tell y'all, that's why I'm a loner. I don't play them things. I've experienced so much, not even things regarding me and things not regarding me. But I said that to say this. One of them came to me one time and asked me, and I'm talking about this the head, this the lead, and they probably don't like me to stay, and I don't give, because you can't do nothing to me or for me, and we know this. But I said that to say this. There was one of the girls in the group. She did go through something on social media. It was public. If I say it, you guys would automatically know who I'm talking about. And she was going through the ropes. And I already know why she was going through it, because one of the main person, the plastic, the main one, the one who came to me, and she asked me, oh, do I do work? I ain't answer because I want to see what you going at. And when she tell me what she wanted to get done on her friend, the one who, man, come on, man, the girl just trying to catch herself, and she actually catch her. She's known, man, these girls known in Nassau, okay? So the thing is, when she asked me, and I couldn't believe what she said, right? But I said, because I don't play that. I could tell you this and could tell you that and help you see a little or give you a little advice, but I don't do. So, long story short, after that girl ended up experiencing some kind of difficulties in her life, and it was all over social media. And I just look and be like, my God, that girl, I mightn't have been the one to do or dabble in whatever she was looking for, but she damn sure, and the other crew them got it done. And this girl best friend, and I just want to say this today, the girl, they still best friends, and the girl who was going through, she loved this best friend so much, and she don't even know that that's the best friend who came to me to find out certain things and to see if I could put work on this girl. When I seen the girl holding a baby or babies, let's just say like that, I ain't gonna get too deep. I couldn't believe it. I said, girl, if you only know. But I watched God yuck this girl out or whatever they try to do, cast or send away. I watched God work with this girl, and so I say, and I was praying for her too, because I say that wicked piece of dog who come to me asking to do work on people. Y'all must mind the people y'all with, y'all partying, sleeping out, eating and drinking and doing all these things with people who done pay other people to take your life and swap your destiny and all these things. Y'all want me to keep going? Because I could tell stories, you know. Boy, if y'all only know. And she might look better than the other girl, but she's so jealous of, man, listen, I stopping you. My mental health f***ing me up right now.
Y'all want to low-key hear some destiny y'all want to hear some real life destiny swapping type story time. So in high school or whatever, I met this girl. We lived in the same apartments or whatever, and she was cooler with my sister than but me and my sister were like, you know what I'm saying? So she was around. Well, we got close after high school. Like after I had my son or whatever, she pulled back up on my radar. She came back up on my radar. I can't even explain how that happened. I don't even really remember. But she was always closer to my sister than me. Okay, we were still cool, but her and my sister were like cooler, right? Anyways, after I had my son, like I said, she popped back up on my radar, and I made her she's my son's godmother, right? Her boyfriend, like I hooked him up in school during, when we were in school, he liked her, whatever, however it happened, we hooked them up, okay? And they were still, on and off at that time. So even when she came back in my, on my radar or whatever, he had just come back from overseas working or whatever. So just stay with me, because the plot is thickening. Okay, so she started coming back around or whatever after I had my first son or whatever. And in high school, like I said, she was always closer to my sister, and there was a particular guy that was interested in her, and he and my family were really, really close. So we ended up getting them together, right? They start being together, whatever. She broke up with him in high school, but he always loved her, but then he went overseas. Okay, so stay with me. When I had my son, he'd just come back from overseas, okay, and he was staying at my house. So this is a way for this person to even finesse her way into this situation, because now she's wanting this person back, you know what I mean? And like I said, I don't even remember how this person showed up on my radar, but me and her got close. Like I said, she started coming over. Now she's godmother to my child, and it was really, you know what I'm saying, if you ask me, hindsight is 2020, for her to get back in cahoots with this man, because she knew that he and I was close. You feel me? Not only that, he was living at my house. Stay with me, the plot thickened. So he's staying at my house. We call each other bro, sis. You know what I'm saying? Like never any romantic type stuff. Like ever. When I say ever, I mean ever. I literally saw this person as my brother, and vice versa. Like he never tried to push up on me. Like we would have deep discussions. We were like this. You feel me? But I was also cool with her. So I'm one of those people who now I don't really know how I felt about that dynamic. You get what I'm saying? Like being best friends, being best friends to the couple, because it's in some way it can be a conflict of interest, because you know what he's doing and you know what she's doing, and you're like stuck in the middle, and you may have those moments where you're just not sure if you should, like who are you supposed to be loyal to? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, moving along. She's godmother to my son or whatever. And like I say, him and her, now they're back together, right? They're back together. And he moves out. She's, you know what I'm saying? They're still together or whatever. Their relationship starts to bud. It grows, whatever, right? She gets pregnant, so on and so forth. Stay with me. So I'm working at this place, and you know, she's working at another place. She has a degree. She's went to, you know, PV or whatever. She has a degree, and she's working at like a customer service place or whatever. And, you know, she's making little, you know, money. But I'm working at this place, and I'm making a decent amount of money. You know what I mean? So I put her on. I tell her about it or whatever. And that's God's glory. I'm not taking glory for that because God used me to bless this person. But I'm telling you about a real destiny swapping situation. So stay with me. So I put her on, you know what I'm saying? She gets the job or whatever. Excuse me. Mind you, she has a degree. I do not have a degree. And yet, you know what I mean? Like, I was just in a better position, you know, in terms of the job. So remember, degrees don't always get you the job, baby. Degrees don't always get you the job. Okay. It's 9 times out of 10. And I've said this to my sons, you know, a lot of times, and especially in the Matrix, it's not about what you know. It's about who you know. So let's move along. I was able to pull some strings, get her the job. Okay, so now she's there, and you know, I start noticing that she's like doing or trying to do a lot of the things that I do, like imitating the things that I do. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's buying the things that I have or like, or you know, I don't, just everything. I don't even know another way to explain it. I just noticed that she starts to kind of clone. She's cloning me, and I'm like, I don't like that. And me and her now husband have this conversation. He tells me, like, him and her got into it or whatever, and he tells me, he's like, man, I don't know, something wrong with her, bro, because everything you do, bro, she's trying to do it. Like, something's not right. And I'm like, damn, bro, I really thought I was tripping, but he was confirming that for me, right? So moving along. This is why I say that, you know, I don't know how I really feel about that whole being best friends with the couple, you know, dynamic, because it does put you in a funny position. You know what I mean? So in that, at that time, he and we were buddies, you know, not just we brothers and sisters. This man has stayed with me. You get what I'm saying? So, I didn't feel that he was out of line or out of pocket for sharing with me what I already knew. You feel me? And yet there would be situations later on where I knew something that was affecting their relationship, or I thought, you know, it was affecting their relationship or whatever. And in that moment, I'm like, okay, well, I'm a woman before I'm his friend, you know? So it's just like, oh, it was really hard. It was a really, you know, I don't know, stress. So anyways, moving along. So we have the conversation, him and I, and he's telling me, yeah, you know, something's wrong. Something's not right. You know, it's just too much, you know? And I'm like, damn, I knew I wasn't tripping. And so I had introduced her to this group of people at the job, right? So she's on the job with me or whatever. And so these are people that I'm already familiar with. And I don't know what she was thinking, but she starts talking about me to the people at the job as if I didn't introduce her to these people. I mean, this is crazy. Oh my God. So it gets back to me, because at that point I was going through a separation with my husband, you know what I'm saying? So, we had went out, me and a group of friends or whatever, we had went out, and the pictures popped up on social media, you know what I'm saying, on Instagram. So this is when Instagram was really Instagram, okay, if you know, you know. And it was funny because me and this group of people or whatever, we used to pretend, or we used to say that we were like the Real Housewives of Houston, you know what I'm saying, or the Basketball Wives of Houston. It's just funny. But anyways, whenever my picture came up, she said to one of the girls, like, the girl said, they called me Lat. Look at Lat, looking like a basketball wife. And she was like, my best friend was like basketball wife husbandless, or basketball husbandless. Clock it. Okay, this is the same person that I've taken with me to look at homes for me and my family. You get what I'm saying? This is the same person that I've confided in about my marriage. This is the same person that told me when I did marry that she was jealous of me because she felt like, or jealous of my marriage because she felt like it was going to take me away from her. Like, we would spend less time together. So I confronted her about it or whatever, and we stopped we went our separate ways. Okay. So later down the line, we reconnect. And this was the this was the straw that broke the camel's back, because we reconnect and she has a housewarming party. Mind you, I didn't even know that the bitch was buying a house. So I knew she was buying a house, but I didn't know she was buying this house, if you get my drift. So we pull up, me and another associate, we pull up to her house, and it's the house I showed her. I took her to, for me, that I picked out for me and my family. Obviously, you know what I'm saying, prior to me and my ex separating. This is the house. So trust me when I say I've been there. I understand. I understand what your life, bruh. God said, and I left it there. He said, what they got is all they getting. Cut it.
Okay, story time, y'all, about how I had a light-skinned friend that always did this. Like, they always tried to updo me, always. She's Puerto Rican. She has long, pretty, curly hair. She's gorgeous to me. I met her at a job, 2018, a call center. And I kind of wanted to start clubbing, so we just started talking, and we ended up starting to go out to the clubs, right? She was cool. The first time we went out, all the attention went to me. Every guy was talking to me. All the girls in the club, they're going up to me like, oh my God, you know, the drunk girls. Oh my gosh, you're so pretty. I love your dress. Oh my gosh, your shoes. She wasn't getting any of the attention. She said to me, oh my God, they normally like light-skinned girls here. That's crazy. I just said, oh, yeah. Yeah. I was like, girl, don't believe the hype. Don't believe that. I know the internet has told you that, but don't believe that. 2 or 3 months went by and we went out again. We go to the club, one of our favorite clubs in downtown Orlando. Again, the same thing happened. The girls were coming up to me. The guys are trying to get my number, blah, 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 blah. She's like, ready to go home. I'm ready to go home. Then there was another time where I kind of felt like, okay, we were in the car. It was my car and we were driving to the club. She started playing a song. I think it was G Herbo. Like, I was like, oh, I like this song. Replay it. You could tell she was trying to get a reaction out of me. Like, that colorism on the internet. And every time y'all come on here crying about it, it breeds just like that. I've never lived my life afraid of colorism. I have never lived my life afraid of being around light-skinned women. I've never lived my life feeling like I was the back burner, ever. I got who I wanted, always. Confidence. She's now cut off, and yeah, but that was a crazy story. There was one more time where we were at a brunch type of setting, and it was like a nightclub, but it was like they were serving brunch food. So we got in free and we sat on the couch. All the guys were coming up to us, right? But they was talking to me. So we both had drinks in our hand, you know, just vibing. Somehow her drink spilled on my dress. I was like, what the hell? You know, I didn't let it bother me at that moment because I felt like she would get satisfied out of that. So I was kind of like, okay, it's fine. You know, it didn't show on my dress, and I kept partying and I kept getting all the attention, and she hated it. She was ready to go.
Watch out for people who are jealous of you. Yeah, watch out for the people who are jealous of you. Watch out for the women around you who are jealous of you, because women who are jealous of you are very vindictive. My grandmother used to tell me this story, and this is why she was very leery of allowing us to be around people, women, especially girls, who she like didn't get a good vibe from. Because, girl, let me just say, okay, so her cousin used to have these groups of friends that she would go out with practically every weekend. Okay, my grandma was born in 1931. So that's neither here nor there. So her cousin, we're gonna call her cousin Jamie. So Jamie would always go out with her group of friends. Her friend Tiffany, Bertha, and Leola all the time. Now Tiffany, who was her best friend, had a boyfriend. Okay? So Jamie and Tiffany, they would always hang out like this. So one day, as Jamie was getting ready for the juke joint, okay, Tiffany came over with a wig and was like, hey Jamie, I got this wig for you, girl. You know, I think it'll be really cute. So Jamie put on the wig. I'm like, yeah, I like this wig, blah, blah, blah. Girl, so they go out to the little juke joint. Baby, why the freak Jamie head started tingling?
So she's just like, oh my God, my head is tingling. Like, I don't know what's going on. And then all of a sudden, her head started hurting. Like, she got a massive headache. And she could not understand why she had a headache. She thinking, dang, maybe this wig that Tiffany brought me a little too tight. Okay? So as she got the headache, she like, okay, I gotta go home. I gotta get up out of here. And then she fainted. Do y'all know that Tiffany either put something in that wig or on the wig? Because baby, Jamie went crazy. They ended up having to put her in an insane asylum. Okay, now keep in mind, Jamie was gorgeous, beautiful. I'm talking about beautiful, long, Indian looking hair. Like she was gorgeous. Because my grandmother, girl, her mom was half Indian, so it was her mom's sister daughter. Okay, so yeah, her first cousin. Girl, Jamie went crazy. They had to end up cutting off all her hair. Baby, she went into the insane asylum, and that's where she died. Okay, all because Tiffany's boyfriend liked Jamie and Tiffany was jealous of Jamie. So to get her get back, Tiffany gave Jamie a laced wig, which drove Jamie crazy. I'm letting y'all know, please, if you see that people are jealous of you, if you see that these females don't really rock with you like that, and you know the signs that a person is jealous of you, they don't celebrate you. I always want to say things like, oh, I see your little hairdo. Always got to put on makeup. We just going to the store. Stuff like that. Those are signs of jealousy in your friendship. Be mindful of people like that. Stay clear of people like that. Because you never know. You never know what could transpire in the future.
See, I told y'all some good stories, crazy stories, but they some good stories. So let's talk about frenemies. You know, unfortunately, this is becoming very, very common. It's so weird. And I told my husband, I say, you know, nowadays, and this is some spiritual stuff, it's a little off the wall, so you may or may not understand this conversation, but I told my husband, like, we have shifted. There's some people are now in like the 5D and some people are in the 3D. Now I get some of y'all might not understand what I just said, but basically, if you did not do the inner work that you were supposed to do, you might be stuck on the 3D, meaning that your life might not be going so well and you continue to have a cycle of like sadness and depression, and then limited financially, can't get where you want to get, and not happy, you know what I mean, having bad luck and romance, all of that. It's like a constant hell cycle, right? And then you have the 5D for people who have done the inner work, who have grew, and they're having a whole different experience on life right now. They're growing financially, they're finding love, they're finding happiness, they're manifesting everything they want to manifest because they did the work when they were supposed to do the work. Okay, don't mean that you can't shift over here. It just means that currently I feel like we're living in two different realities, and a lot of other people feel that way too. That's just what I believe based off of astrology and my spirituality. I feel like that's kind of what's going on right now, because it seems like a lot of people just aren't stuck in the middle no more. It's either like things are going great or things are going bad. You know, it's just so weird. That's why I always talk about spiritual health, because I feel like not a lot of people talk about it. It's so important to fast, y'all. It's so important to meditate. It's so important to have balance when it comes to food, music. It's so important to watch who you are letting inside of your body, who are you letting around your energy, just like these stories. Watching what friends you keep, watching what family members you're around, watching who you let inside of your body, okay? We create life. Women, we have a womb. We create life. Life comes out of us. Okay, so we're very spiritual beings. It's so important to cleanse ourselves. You know, like you gotta fast sometimes, you gotta meditate. You can't just be listening to bad music all day every day, eating bad food all day every day, you know, like watching bad television all day every day, you know, or your life will surround with drama and you'll be more on the 3D, you know. So it's a lot of inner work you have to do. That conversation's for some people. I know some people won't understand that, but I think spiritual health is really important, especially when it comes to frenemies, because it helps you decipher who's for you and who's not for you. Like, a lot of times your intuition will tell you up front, like, oh, this person ain't for you. Oh, this is not your friend. And we ignore it. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I got those little signs too, but I didn't have no physical proof, so I didn't want to just stop being this girl's friend. But then I started finding out all kind of stuff. Like, this girl was talking behind my back. She was like secretly would say little things to be shady towards me and on social media. And I just like start picking up game, and I'm like, yeah, like, okay, thank you for exposing this person. Like, and we end up falling out, and it just was what it was. Like, that's how it be. Like, it will, if you are spiritually aware and in tune, like, yo intuition's gonna tell you up top, like, oh boo, that's not your friend. You know what I mean? So it's like you have to be aware of these things that are going on in your life. And that one story where she was talking about the colorism, was like the third story of colorism, baby, I don't know what it is, but a lot of biracial women, a lot of women who are high yellow, light skin, try to, for some reason, think that they are above any other woman when it comes to like dealing with men, just anything. They think that they're above it. Like, there be people who I've literally heard say like, oh, I don't know why he's with her, she's not his type, and you know, da da da, but yet they got dogged out by that man and their skin color was lighter than their skin color. Like, don't think if a man's a dog, he's a dog. It don't matter if you biracial, you white, you black, Hispanic, Asian, light skin, dark, it don't matter. He a dog. And I just think that some women be thinking like, because I'm this color, like I don't, I don't have to deal with that. Matter of fact, Danny, y'all remember Danny Lay and the baby, she kept thinking as well, oh, he yellow bone is what he want, da 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 da. And then the backlash she got from that, and then the way that she declined after that song, monumental. And it's crazy because his baby mama never really responded back to her like that. She never really went to the level Danny Lay went on. But now look at you, Danny Lay, making fun of his baby mama, but it's like you became a baby mama, and he called you out in front of everybody. He at least claimed his baby mama as his woman. He didn't even claim you as his woman. Whether that's true or not, he didn't claim you as his woman. So it's like, I don't know why some people be thinking you are some type of special because you are light skinned or you are biracial, whatever. Baby, you're not. Okay, either you cute or you not cute. It don't matter what color you are. I don't know why people be thinking that. Okay, and so many women be intimidated by beautiful brown skin, dark skin women. They just be intimidated if they're light skinned and they next to them. They really feel like, well, why ain't I getting attention? I'm light skinned, I got this kind of hair, I got this and this. And like, baby, no, and I cannot stand it. Like, I have friends who are biracial, light skin. I have friends who are dark skin, brown skin, my color, like, and it's just, luckily we don't go through none of that. Like, I haven't had to go through that. But I will say, when I lived in when I used to live in Indiana, and I lived in a town that was more like predominantly like a white, biracial, etc., I did witness like colorism there compared to like when I moved to the inner city. Like, I did witness colorism there, so like I know what it feels like when it comes to like women dealing with colorism and stuff. It really depends on where you are in the world, because some places in the world I'm dark skinned, and some places in the world I'm light skinned or mid-tone, whatever. It don't even matter. But you can experience, don't think that you can't experience colorism. It depends on where you're at in the world. So y'all know I'm huge on colorism. I talk about it. I wrote a book on that, a children's book on that. That is big to me. So, but again, I don't know why women just be feeling some kind of way about it. But then again, I do know why. It's because of the media. You have lyrics like Lil Wayne, I bet that B look better red, when he got a whole brown skin / dark skin daughter, is beyond me. You know what I mean? I did a whole video on that too. I don't know if it's still on this channel, but it's reasons like that is why women be feeling entitled of like, oh, well, I get treated this way. I should be treated this way because I'm this color. Like, baby, no. And it's sad that unfortunately that is a lot of people's experience. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Like, comment, subscribe. I will see y'all in the next one.